guys, Man Cave Collectibles here, coming today with an early impressions video. This is Superman the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1. I have not read this yet. It actually just came in today from In Stock Trades, and something I will be getting into here in the near future. As far as reading, I'm actually right now reading the Blackest Night Omnibus. I'm about halfway through that, and I plan on kind of going out of that into this one. So I just want to kind of do a quick overview, kind of an early take on what I think of the book, and we'll kind of look at the external cover and dust jacket, as well as kind of scroll through some of the pages inside and see some of the artwork. So this just came in today. This is the second release, from what I can tell, from DC. They originally released this omnibus back in June of 2013. It appears they have not re-released it until this point. This was just re-released last week, so I was able to pick it up. Just came in today. I want us to kind of take a look at it. So this is the Golden Age. Obviously, this is where it all began for Superman. The team of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster back in 1938 began their Action Comics run, and we'll talk about kind of what's covered in this as we go about this overview. But that team came together, artist and writer, and here's what we got. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the front cover. This is just the dust jacket portion here. So we'll take that off real fast. Take a look at it. So from a dust jacket standpoint, we've got obviously Action Comics #1 cover is what this is, which is obviously one of the most iconic covers in comic books, and probably from a comic book collector standpoint, definitely from mine, this would be the holy grail of the comic book world. Action Comics #1. So we've got Superman and the artwork here by the amazing Joe Shuster. On the side here, we've got just Superman Golden Age Volume 1. A little bit more artwork here by Mr. Shuster there. And then on the back, this is kind of a neat backing. I like it a lot. It has a lot of the comics that are collected here in this omnibus. Talks a little bit about kind of the history, where this all began in 1938 with Siegel and Shuster and how they brought Superman to life. Then we talk about what's collected, which is probably, you know, some of the most important part of this. But Superman the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1 collects all of the Metropolis Wonders tales from Action Comics 1 through 31, Superman 1 through 7, New York World's Fair Comics 1 and 2, and includes a forward and afterward by Jim Steranko, one of the signature Superman artists. $99 cover price. I did not pay that within stock trades. I got it for about half that. As far as opening up to the inside, got just a little more write-up on Superman and kind of where he began, a little history there, and then a little history on Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster on this side. So pretty neat dust cover there. I'm very happy with that. As far as the book itself, I don't know how well this is going to come in on camera, but we've got a black book, and right here it's basically inscribed in. You can feel it, but it's Superman the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1. So just a real clean, kind of same thing here on the side. It's just kind of etched into the cover. And then as far as the back, we've got nothing there. But just a real clean book, very classy. That's what we got there. Go ahead and move this out of the way. And let's take a look at what we got on the inside. If there was probably ever an omnibus that a comic book collector would want to have, this to me would be one, because this is really where it all began. I know there were obviously comics prior to this, but you know, this is where one of the most iconic names in world history even came from. You know, Superman's kind of one of those names where you can go to anywhere in the world and they're going to know who Superman is. So I actually went on a mission trip into Mongolia back in the early 2000s. And, you know, I can remember talking with the kids through my translator about Superman at that time. So they didn't know a lot of the characters we had here, but Superman was one of the ones they did. So we were able to talk about that. So pretty cool. He's you know, well known. Superman, Michael Jordan, and Michael Jackson. Definitely in that grouping of people. So here we've got, you know, just another breakdown of all the people that worked on this. Talks about what's collected here again. The copyrights are 1938, 39, and 40. So pretty neat to see those years, and then to have in hand, you know, these books that were done back then, because there's really no way for the average collector to ever get their hands on one of these. This is kind of your way to do that. It's pretty neat. Here we've got just a breakdown of all the stories that are covered in this omnibus. So you can see how it kind of shows those, I guess, in the order that they're done. We've got the forward here that we talked about. And then we lead into Action Comics #1. So there's that iconic cover. And we can just kind of scroll through this quickly. I don't want to bore with too much. One thing I do want to talk about is gutter loss. None, in my opinion. You can see here that the way they have these pages laid out, you're gonna basically have none at all. So very happy with that. I know, like right now, I'm reading the Blackest Night omnibus, and the gutter loss there is ridiculous. I'm you know, pulling the pages apart and, you know, really having to work to get in, you know, some of these word bubbles, you know, get stuck, you know, almost down into the crack. So it's very frustrating. So it's very nice and pleasant to see a book that you don't have to deal with that. But just amazing history here in this omnibus from a comic book collector standpoint. It's the origin of a lot of characters that we have grown to love over all these years. And then going all the way to the back. So there's the end of our comic book section. And then going all the way to the back here, we've got the afterward, which is also done by Steranko there. And then we have a little bit of history here on Jerry and Joe Shuster. And that's pretty much it for that omnibus. Definitely just a classic omnibus there. I think this, again, if you were looking for one as a collector to pick up and, you know, didn't know where to start, to me, this would be a great place. This is basically a history book for comics, so it's be a good starting place. If you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. I got some more on the way. Hope you guys have a good day. See you next time.